Shalom Aleichem, welcome back to Kollel Yerushalayim. We're holding over here a few minutes of Chizuk for Tuesdays on Tefillah, right? Midweek Chizuk about Tefillah. Okay, I want to say a very short thing today. I will try to keep it short. And this idea is like this, right? I'm trying to bring out how important it is to remind ourselves why exactly is davening different than other great things that we have in our avodas Hashem, such as learning Torah, such as doing mitzvahs, right? We see the Sfarim bring down an unbelievable idea that a person, when he goes to seek out Hashem's, he wants to go and seek out what exactly Hashem wants. He wants to understand the depth of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so he goes and he learns the Torah. It's something that he tries to figure out, right? It's true that he has to always review and he has to always get more in depth and he has to always go through every single idea, but he's trying to figure out what exactly HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants through his Torah. Davening, we'll see in a second, it's a little bit different. Also by Kiyum mitzvahs, right? Fulfilling mitzvahs, I want to be able to go and fulfill the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay? But davening is totally different. It's not something that we go and approach it as something that we have to go and put on our checklist of things that we have to do today, that we're going to go and fulfill this thing, and then it's over. Davening is a way of life. It's totally different when we realize that the way of life of davening is not just from the Kiyum mitzvahs of the 613 mitzvahs, right? Rabbi Victor Miller used to say that we find that tefillah is not mentioned b'chalal in the 613 mitzvahs. It's not one of the Targum mitzvahs, right? It's not something that you go and you do 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, then you're finished. You know, you shake the lulav this sukkos, okay, you did the mitzvah, and then you're finished till next year. It's not like that b'chalal. The way of life of tefillah is something which is what a person has to develop and realize that he needs a HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? He has to realize that it's totally different than everything else that I'm just fulfilling one time. By tefillah, a person, he looks at himself and he says, listen, I'm not coming to go and necessarily seek the will of Hashem over here by my davening. I'm coming to HaKadosh Baruch Hu because I feel empty. I feel like I need to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I feel like I needed that HaKadosh Baruch Hu to go and help me. Because without him, I can't do a thing. I can't do anything. And that becomes a way of life. That becomes a way of connecting. That becomes a way of relationship. Having a kesher with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, having a relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the only way that we can build it through tefillah. Tefillah, reminding ourselves that it's not something that we just do a few times and we're done. We're constantly working on it. We're constantly focusing on it. We're constantly thinking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu and reminding ourselves that we're so empty. Why? Because we have to always turn on to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to get things, to fill ourselves up. We need Hashem to help us. We need HaKadosh Baruch Hu to go and bring us bracha and mazla in our lives. So b'siyata d'shmaya, all of us should be able to continue to be mechazik ourselves in tefillah, in our davening, and take from our davenings to remind ourselves that this is a way of life. That what? That I am a servant of Hashem and I connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu through my tefillahs. And I know that I can't go anywhere and I can't do anything without Hashem. And I need you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to help me in every step of my life. We have to constantly remind ourselves of this. In b'siyata d'shmaya, our tefillahs will always be heard and will always be answered Be'ezer Hashem Yisbarach, and we'll see tremendous bracha and nachas from our whole families. Be'ezer Hashem. Kol Tuv. Have a great day. Thank you all for listening.